This stop is Utica Avenue and Winthrop Street. Please exit through the rear door. Next stop, Utica Avenue and Church Avenue. Transfer available to B35. This stop is Utica Avenue and Church Avenue.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Yeah, remember I was talking about how they show us why the New York Predator Department vehicle comes driving up, right? This is what they do. Again, these sort of fake stops, right? You got to understand how they engage in targeting and try to legitimize it, right? So this is the 67 precinct. Look, now they're leaving, right? Well, of course, you see how they're both standing there, and now they're walking off, right? Why? Because again, all right, 5267. All right, 67 precinct. So the reason why they were standing there is to see if I was going to approach. Look at the hand signal. All right, to see if I was going to approach and document, what it is that they're doing. Look, she just fall. Again, that's none of that. No. Look at the New York Predator Department. Look. Look at the New York Predator Department. Look at that. 67 precinct, 4272. Yeah. Look at that. Now, again, I understand how they stage these things, right? They staged it. When I woke up this morning, my sister came in my bedroom to tell me that she fell. Oh, look. Look at it. Give him the middle finger. So she had a brown wallet in her hands. Like I said, it's all stage, it's all an act. That's what they do. They're what we call street theater. All right, it's called street theater, where they'll engage in certain things. You know what I'm saying? And it's to let me know that they are surveilling me within the home. All right, when you see her falling there, it is directly because my sister came into my bedroom and was like, I fell yesterday, and she got to go to the hospital. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that, man. That they try to do. Right? The wheelchair team. Like I said, I am the right one, and I'm the wrong one that they decide to fuck with. You tell you, I'm gonna expose them. They need to listen. Y'all should listen. Y'all should listen. People don't listen, that's what happens. Right? When they don't listen, that's what happens. Y'all should listen. When y'all don't listen, that's what happens. That's right. Come up here with that shit she do her finger. Her hands like what my daughter was doing yesterday. You know, these little subtle subliminal message about you know, how they operate within our community to confuse our women, to confuse our young men in terms of their sexuality. And the fact that Negropeans will participate in it is a damn shame. Like I keep telling you, the older young people, my young brothers and sisters out there, these older people are not your friend also. If they're not telling you things to make your life better, if they're not showing you proper etiquette, right, proper manners, then they don't have your best interests at heart. If they're not teaching you the truth, if they tell you to bow your head and wait till your time, they're not for you. You understand me? Because no other group tell their young people that. They tell them to go out there, do it. You know, they love to use the words humble yourself, right? Do you know what that do to you? It's to, and again, when I talk about the pastors being the ops, the preachers being the ops, right? It's to distinguish any ambition that you may have. And we all should have ambitions, right? Not just because we want to make money, right? But to be leaders, right? To be good men, good women, to be good husbands, good wives, good boyfriends, good girlfriends, right? To be the best that you can be as an individual, but also understanding that when we are at our best, and we are at our best in many different ways, that we become great as a people. You know, these are things that they're not going to tell you. These are things they're not going to share with you. They'll drag your ass into these churches and hear the lies of the pastors, and so that you can become even more delusional than them. All right? They're not teaching you how to defend yourself from psychological attacks. They'll tell you, you know, talk about demonic attacks. Bullshit. All right? And the only way I'll accept the demonic attack is if you understand that the racist people, they are the demons, then I will accept that. Right? But you don't go to the Bible for any sort of defense mechanism. No. You understand the attacks that they're doing, the psychological attacks, the attacks using technology, using chemicals, right? Environmental warfare. Right? You got to understand that. Don't fall for that shit. Educate yourself. Right? And remember, when you're doing research, you pull from many different sources, right? To make sure that there is a consistency in the information that you're getting. All right, and you go to academic sources. Now, not all academic sources are credible. All right, you got to understand the system that we're in, right, which is built on lies. That's why I said you should read certain authors, particularly if you're black. If you're black, there's certain authors that you should be reading. You know, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Yosef Ben-Jacques, Dr. Asa Hilliard, Dr. Charles Finch, right? Anthony Burr, Francis Cress Weston, and many other scholars. Dr. Amos Wilson, you know, Fan Fanon, a black psychologist, right? Yeah, who wrote two of his best books are it's Black Skin, White Mask, and The Wretched Earth. Right? If you really want to understand your own psychology, the two books you should read is Black Skin, White Mask, right, by Fan Fanon, and The Falsification of the African Consciousness. Look at your Predator Department. I tell you guys, they'll keep showing up. They'll show up. Why? Because they haven't silenced me, right? They haven't threatened me enough to where I'll be silent, right? Look, she just come and turn her book back right here. I tell you, let me turn and walk in front of her, and like I said, do my book back. Yeah. Look, she turned around. You see? I show you guys. Documenting these things is key. To show you guys exactly what it is that they do. So she came in front of me and turned around, and I got in front of her. And what did she do? She turned around because she doesn't want to see my bag, my book bag, right? All right. So again, I'm sure you guys. Hilarious. Hilarious. Again, like I said, I'm going to keep proving it. I'm going to keep proving it. When you read about coercive persuasion programming and you read the tactics and the methods, right? I'm showing you guys exactly those tactics and methods and how they operate. I may not be in the workplace, anymore, but this is what used to happen in the workplace, and I used to document it. Right? And when I start documenting it, all of a sudden they're like, oh well, there's a person that we need to see you that want to talk to you, and they brought in a psychiatrist. After I start documenting, you understand? Because they have to cover their ass now. So when I talk about it, they how they get away with this stuff. This is what I'm saying. Look, out of service. When do you ever see when I'm here, these buses are out of service? They really are. Not in service, right? They really are. But again, I want you guys to understand. Yeah, I want you guys in your president department. I want you guys to understand. Yeah, you should understand. You should very much understand. Okay? I am not doing this just to do it. I'm doing it because I want people to understand what's being done. The shit that they can't see, I can see. And other people can see. Right? But there's only a small group. Okay? And now she's leaving. As she's leaving, she's acting like she's wiping away tears. Yeah. What happened? You get tired of standing on my book bag? It's nice to know I can affect them in that way. Like I said, they hate it when you can defend yourself. Right? They hate it when you can fight back, because what that is that now people start to question their narrative. Right? They hate it that you fight back, because people, you see, the one thing about lies, manipulators, and deceivers is that they only want to tell their lies. They only want to engage in their manipulation, in their deception. But they don't want you to defend yourself, right? Who was it that says, only a fool will fight by the rules that their enemies set down for them. You understand? Because they're not fighting by any rules. But they want to give you and I rules to fight by. They want to tell you and I how we can defend ourselves. Okay? Oh, you guys heard that? That was my jaw cracking. I just yawned and my jaw just cracked. Oh yeah, I gotta be very careful sometimes. Right? Anyway, so look at the new perp now. The new perp going up. Look, so I'm in the middle of the sidewalk now. I want you to understand that. Right? Right way people gotta walk. Just blocking the, but again, that's the female chaotic mindset, right? Particularly when they're able to use them. Okay? But most people are, except for the guy in the wheelchair, which is fine, most people are either on this side or on that side, and she'll just come and stop right there in the middle. Now, hopefully the big dude should walk past, and let's see if she moves. All right, she steps out of the way. There you go, my man. There you go. But yeah, like I said, only a fool will fight by the rules the enemy set for them to fight by. When the enemies don't have a rule when it comes to fighting against you, right? They don't have any. There isn't any rules when it comes to them fighting against you. Okay. But their rules for us is that we just march, protest, and that's it. Okay? And then, you know, the next day we go back to, or the next week or what have you, or the next month we go back to, you know, our lives, right? Nothing is sustainable. Oh, you're up to the apartment. Right? Nothing is sustainable. Right? And it's meant that way. It is meant, they understand how that when people in society get upset and start to protest and, you know, they watch the crowd emotions. Yeah, fucking your president department. Stick my middle finger up right there. Yeah. Right? That they understand exactly what to do to subdue our emotions. Right? They understand that. And they do it through infiltration. They do it if you don't think of these protests that they don't have any agents on there? You don't think they have any agents on there? Right? You don't think they have any agents on there in the crowd? Come on now. Like I said, we're dealing with people who, like I said, there is no rules when they fight against us, the people. But they want us to follow their rules that they set. What kind of shit is that? Right? What kind of shit is that? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. No, I thought I had just saw. Okay. I thought I saw another bus coming, but I guess I was wrong. Anyhow. Yep, another delay. Like I said, when I'm early, right, or I'm late, you know, whatever it is that they try to do, you know what I'm saying? There's always a delay, right? Bus out of service. Look, sticking his finger in his ear. So, got this clown coming. One right here. Looking down his shoes. Look. Let me tell you. They think they're slick, but they're not. They got exposed. And like I said, and they are desperate. They are desperate. And I like the fact that they are desperate. I like the fact that they are desperate. Because they are going to do things and they're going to, and I'm going to be able to document it, right? If I can, you know, depending on how they engage in what it is, like in the post office. And how they were, you'll see a lot of these people today with the, you know, reflective jacket. All right. Right. Understand what it is that they're doing. Oh yeah, girl. I'm giving you the middle finger. I see you. See, I can always tell the perps who are sent to a target. Uh-oh, look, post office. Why you think the post office truck is here at this time? After exposing what it is that they do, right? Look, the post office. The post office getting exposed too. Right? The workers in the post office getting exposed too. Excuse me. Yeah, he jumped in front of me. Look. Now this bus is going to be so damn crowded. What to do with the wheelchair? Are they going to let them do with the wheelchair? So you want to get on the bus? Huh?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. The bus driver.
Come on.
I mean, these people are ridiculous.
Drive off the sidewalk.
No, but they could have wait. Yeah, there's a guy in the wheelchair. Come on.
Debbie, you get a guy.
Yeah, close the damn door and let them get him on the bus. Close the door. These people they see the dude on the wheelchair and they just jump in front of the damn bus. Let them go. See what I'm saying? That's the condition of people within the society. They don't care. They just like, you know, when their ass is in the wheelchair and they had to stand out here in the cold, then then it's going to be something, right? No consideration. And this is our people. This is how we behave. Right. This is how we're conditioned. That I gotta come and ask him if you want to get on the bus. That's ridiculous. It's
Can you give
ridiculous.
him a glass, please?
They were all jumping. When I talk about
Okay.
when I talk about how we're conditioned, right, and the fact that we're all about ourselves, the selfishness, the self-centeredness, and they will condition each and every one of us to be exactly the same way, right? And the reason why they do it is because they can say, well, you're no better, right? They don't want you to be better. They don't want you and I to be better. They want us to be worse. They want to condition us to our lowest self. You got to understand this, right? So they can justify what it is that they're doing. They can say, look at how these people act. They don't care, right? So then we can justify doing what we're doing to them, right? Why? Because we're ignorant, right? You think these people who call themselves Christians, they wear cross around their neck, talking about they're good Christians? They're not good Christians. They're not good people. Right? I'm a good Christian. You're not a damn good Christian. You see the man in the wheelchair, move, let him get on the bus. But they are crowding in front of him to get on the damn bus. It's ridiculous. Jeez.
Smith.
It's a damn shame. It really is. Anyhow, let me end this video because just in case they try to delete this video, they don't want. Whenever I speak up or do something good, they don't like that shit at all. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.